your boy Busco the Barber, and I'm right here with Chewy the Barber. We're gonna narrate this video, and pretty much I'm gonna follow up with you guys while Chewy explains the instructional video that you guys are showing right now. Other than that, my name is Busco, and this is Chewy the Barber.
Hello guys, we're gonna start using our T outliner to create our first guideline. Make sure to remove all the hair. Simple, easy.
Usually when you do that, do you take your time when you create your first guideline? Is that very important?
Yeah, you just don't want to go over what you just did, because then you'll create another guideline, which will be harder for you to erase it in the long run.
Okay, and then do you have a routine when it comes to these strategies on cutting hair?
Yeah, we're gonna be showing them all the rules throughout the whole video. Right now we're gonna use an electric shaver to shave off what you just created. Make sure you don't go above what you created. Make sure you do it slightly under, so it will be easier for you to erase it.
Why is that important for you to stop slightly under?
Just so it'll be easier for you to erase it with your clipper. Now we're gonna create a second guideline. Usually it's gonna be about a finger length above what you just made with the shaver.
Is that gonna help you out in a sense when you want to erase the bottom line for giving yourself that amount of space?
Yeah, the reason why we do it a finger length is just so it could give you more space for you to blend that harsh line out. Our next step is going to be shown right now. We're going to go ahead and use the T outliner again between the 0 and the shave line. Go a little bit past the shaving line so you could erase that harsh line through and easily.
So pretty much you're stopping in between both lines right now?
Yeah, you gotta do that. And you can't go above it, so you won't create another harsh line above the 0 that you just did.
Okay, so you gotta make sure you respect those lines, right? By not touching them with a different size.
Yeah, you gotta go ahead and follow all the rules, so you don't skip no rules. Right now we're using the electric shaver. Go down with the grain. Use it slightly. Just pass it where you pass the 00, the T outliner, and don't go above any higher, just to blend that out.
So usually people they use it going up, you use it going down right there, right?
Yeah, just slightly though, just to erase that line. Now we're gonna go ahead and pass our number 1 lever close. Once again, we're gonna do 1 finger length above that harsh line that we created with the 0 clip, just so you could give yourself enough space to go ahead and pass a different number right now, which we will show next.
So pretty much you're fading as you go right now, right?
Yeah, we're using a couple different steps right now. We're gonna go ahead and get our half clip or 1/16 lever and pass it between the 0 and the number 1 clip line that we just created. Make sure you always extend the skin, stretch out the skin to give yourself a little bit more space. And we're gonna pass it in between the number 1 clip and the 0 clip that you just created.
In what way do you feel that stretching out the skin helps you out when it comes to fading?
It helps you out a lot because it gives you a little bit even more space than the 1 finger length that you're giving yourself. And right now we're gonna bring the lever to the middle just so you could cut a little bit more hair than just the 1/16 lever open. We're gonna pass it through the line. Now we're gonna go ahead and take off the clip and use the no clip with the lever open, just where the darkness, I'm pretty sure you guys can see a line going.
What line is that? The one you're erasing right now? What line is that? What size does that represent? The one you're erasing right now?
The one we're erasing right now was the 0 line that we created in the steps before.
So pretty much when you're done with this step, the only line that you're gonna have right now is what, the number 1 line that we see above?
Yeah, right now we're just erasing the 0 line that we created in the beginning. As you can see, we're messing with the leveler on the clipper. Now we're closing it just so you could cut a little bit more and get rid of that slight line that was created with the 0 line.
So make sure when you guys are done with these steps, you can always go ahead and retouch by moving your lever up and down as you go. Make sure you know where to place your machine as you move your level.
Now the steps that I use now is creating the lineup. The reason why I do that is because it gives me a better range and a better view of where the crown area is at and where I have to blend out from the mid fade onto the crown. And that's gonna help you out on your next step, which is, to me, is really crucial, because you don't want the fade to look like a bowl cut either.
So pretty much you use your lineup, doing the lineup at this point, so you can have control where the fade is gonna belong, like how high or low it's gonna look.
Yeah, and pretty much to blend out from the long hair to the short hair on the mid fade that we're creating.
Does it help you out in a sense for you to doing that fade easier, knowing where to stop or anything like that?
Yeah, it's really crucial, because you don't want to go too high, because then it'll end up looking like a high fade with a mohawk, and we're gonna do a comb over, and we gotta blend out the sides evenly, so it could pretty much just look perfect for a comb over. Our next step is to pass the number 1.5 close, and we're gonna go ahead and pass it all the way to the top, between the all around the crown area, and this number is gonna be closed.
When you started your first guideline, your 0, I noticed that it looked like you were going kind of, I'm not gonna say like a faux hawk, but you were going kind of down. Does that help you in a sense when you want to leave more bulk on the back of the nape?
Yeah, it does. You gotta create a round shape of the head. Make sure it's not all flat. Right now we're gonna pass the number 1 lever open between the 1.5 that we created and the 1 clip that we created on the previous step that we did.
Do you feel that it's easier for you not to mess up, since you had already passed the number 1.5 with the lever close, and then pretty much right now you're using the 1 with the lever open, which is a 1.5 as well, but does that help you out with the steps you did?
Yeah, it does. The 1.5 open, the 1 open is really the 1.5, but it's just a slightly under the 1.5 clip, and you don't want to raise it too high either. We're gonna use a number 1 clip now, pretty much bringing it down and trying to erase that 1 clip that you created previous step. We're gonna mess with the lever. Now we're gonna do it in the middle, just trying to erase the shadows that we created. Keep passing the number until you see is that it's erasing. If it's not erasing, then we're gonna have to go with a clipper that's lower. And right there, we're using the 1/16 lever open because it wasn't erasing. We're gonna pass it open because you don't want to go too short on that. And we're just gonna be fading out where the line is at. See where this line is at? We're gonna try to erase those by messing with the 1/16 lever. We're gonna do it to the middle, close it up a little bit. Make sure you're detailing it. Obviously, the lower you go with your lever, the more you're gonna leave, the more hair you'll leave, and the shorter the lever is at, you're gonna cut a little bit more hair.
Is that always important right there when it comes to erasing the line in between the half and the 1? How important is that for this haircut?
It's really important. You gotta, it's like a stairway, so you gotta go from the 0 to the 1 to the 1.5 to the 2.
You're using the channel marker, right? What do you feel about enhancements?
I just feel like the enhancements makes your haircut look more detailed, and the client always loves more detail.
When you use your enhancement, you use it right after you did the perfect shape up, so regardless when they take it off, they're still gonna have the perfect shape up, right?
Yeah, you don't want to use it before you do the lineup, because sometimes they'll mess up their hairline after they take a shower. Go ahead and shave what we just created. We're gonna be using the Easy Blade, perfect for this type of haircut. We're gonna go ahead and shave the part that we just created with our T-outliner. Make sure you shave from up to down and never sideways, or you'll cut the skin. So it's just vertically down, never to the side.
So pretty much right now you're using the Easy Blade shaving products. What do you think about their shaving products or shaving gels in general?
I think they're perfect for shaving. Makes the shaving a little bit more smoother for the client and yourself as well. It makes it easier for your blade to slide through and not get stuck with the client's skin as well. you don't want to cut the client, and it's always a little bit more soothing to the client using any type of gels, which the Easy Blade is really perfect for shaving.
So pretty much right here, what you're doing is scissor work. Can you explain to us on this routine that you have going on with the scissor work?
Okay, the first thing you got to do is cut the bangs. Start from the front. Make sure you whatever the client wants. Right now my client wanted just a finger length, which is I'm starting with the front. Cut the finger length, and I work myself sideways from side to side. I cut from the end of the side and then make my way over to the other side. It's really simple.
So pretty much when you do scissor work, you're not just cutting just to cut, right? You actually have a routine, just the same way how you have a routine when you fade, right?
Yeah, you always gotta have a routine, or else the hair from the top is just gonna go crazy. You want to go from side to side. A lot of people do from front to back, but my style is from side to side. Now we're gonna go ahead and check it again. On our next step, we're gonna do from front to back, just to make sure everything's even.
Do you feel that it helps you out when it comes to doing that strategy front to back? Are you able to see other things in a different view?
Yeah, like right now we're gonna do front to back. You see those little tips right there? You're always gonna miss a couple of little hairs. That's why you have to go from front to back too, just to check any extra hairs that you gotta cut to make everything look perfect and even.
Are you able to control the hair on how it's gonna land by the way you're cutting it right now towards the back?
Yeah, you're gonna have to use your fingers. Make sure the front to back it's always evenly, but once you get to the back, you gotta make it look kind of roundish. So you're gonna cut a little bit more, just a slightly bit more than the front.
And does that help you out in a sense where you're giving the actual haircut a shape besides just cutting it? You're in control, right, on the way how you're making this haircut look?
Yeah, you always gotta make sure the blend even from the top goes evenly, so it could look perfect, so it could look round and not just like a straight mullet or like a straight undercut.
So right now I see you using the hair blow dryer. I'm pretty sure you're prepping the hair right now to get it ready so you can style it. What do you think about styling the hair, and does that help you out in locking down a client?
Yes, styling is always key to keeping a client. If your client could walk out of the chair looking even flyer with a great style, he's gonna come back, and that's really the key to bringing him back. If you have a nice haircut, well blended, but his top is not well styled and it looks clumsy, I'll guarantee you he most likely will not come back. Even if your haircut is flawless, the hairstyle is always gonna be a key to bringing him back.
So right now you're just taking your time with the hair blow dryer, right? What are you using? What type of product are you using on the hair?
I like to use a lot of matte looks, so we're gonna use a matte paste look. It's really going in style right now. I feel like it's a little bit better than gel, because the gel leaves it wet and the paste will leave it a dry look. It would be easier for you to style it too.
Alright guys, so I hope you guys like this video. This is the end of the video. My name is Busco the Barber, and this is Chuy the Barber. I'm gonna let him finish the video. You guys go ahead and follow him.
Yeah guys, if you guys could follow me on Instagram, my name is JFadezz, is JFADEZXX. Hope you guys like this video. This was a haircut we did. I really liked the haircut, and I hope you guys learned from this.